Morning, wherever you live. This is RWB Cupcake here with very wonderful co-host Presidio Dog. How are you, bud?
Good, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I got some coffee and got some music going. I'm ready to watch this race.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yep. So
Definitely.
so I believe they just got finished with Stint 2. So I'm gonna go down the grid here real quick. So right now we have ERM Nico in the beautiful Aston Martin. And then we got ONE Bit. I'm just going to call him Bit. I don't want to sit there and pronounce his name wrong.
If everybody knew the names we were coming up with, and now we
Yeah,
know why.
yep. We got ERS Chromatic in the gorgeous. Wait, I think he's in the Viper. Is he in the Viper?
Chromatic? Well, Chromadex is in a Viper, but Chromadex is, I don't think he's actually racing in this race. I think he's just
Oh, okay.
going to be the pace car or something.
Gotcha. Okay. Then we
There's
got
been some
so
challenges with the first
there.
couple stages of this race.
We were supposed to participate, and then our luck, we ended up having network issues. So
Yep,
it's
it
been
happens.
it's been peachy. Okay,
Now
and
he's
then
probably getting ready to do
Avalarion,
some
um,
stuck checks and things like that, but
he
we should
is.
make sure we tell everybody about what this race is even all about. So,
Y- Yep.
um,
So, just to
yeah, go for
interrupt
it.
you here real quick, Chromedix is racing. Avalarion did post on the live comment.
Oh, okay, perfect. Sounds good. Well,
Yep.
so let's talk about this. So, Direct Relief is like a humanitarian group. Um, they're active in all 50 states in the U.S. and more than 80 countries, and their mission is to improve the health and lives of people affected by poverty or emergencies. And I think their tagline is basically without regard to politics, religion, or ability to pay. So it's a great group and they're trying to raise money here to get some more funds to help these people out. So feel free to donate. Look in the description there on the YouTube channel. There's a link to it there. Would love to get your support.
Yes.
So there.
And it's going to a great cause, like what Presidio explained there with the description of what they've done. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they've done over $1 billion of like medical bill relief or something
Yeah,
of that
so
sort.
they have this cool little aid tracker at the bottom of their website, directrelief.org, and it shows $1 billion in medical aid, 7 million pounds of medicine, 7.5 million, 145 million doses of medicine, 26,000 deliveries, and about 3,000 healthcare providers supported. So they have raised a crap ton of money to help people out. So it's pretty awesome.
It is. It's a great, like I said, great organization, great cause, and what comes with it is a great race.
Yep,
We've
indeed.
got the likes of people from AMS, who are recurring members, as well as ONE, or I should just say one, whichever one it is. CSX. We have the likes of Chompy that's here, JP, El Paquito, Hayden Clampett. And then we got some newcomers like TNR Philo, who's with the Mature Racing Club, which is based out in the UK. So
Yep.
they're out looking to make a name for themselves in this very challenging race.
All right. I was watching. So the last stage was all at night, and it was dark. I was watching, and all you could see was the headlights. I was like, I can't imagine trying to drive in the middle of the night on Nurburgring. It's hard enough in the daylight, let alone driving around at nighttime. These are seriously talented drivers.
They are, and to do a 2 hour race at night at the NURB 24, where there's minimal lighting on the track, I don't. my personal belief, I wouldn't care what position I finished in. You know, the fact that I've finished the race would be a victory enough for
made
me.
it around the track.
Yeah, I didn't destroy the car, didn't run out of gas in the middle of the track. You know, that would be a victory in my book.
All right, I see Chompy in the pace car, in the pits. So, looks like we have 11 drivers, including the pace car. So, it looks like we're going to have 10 cars. Right now, it looks like they're probably just getting the grid set based on, or not the grid, but the way that they've been doing these stages is they're looking at the gap times, and they're going to bring everybody to the entrance of pit lane. So, they'll probably go around the track once, park everybody at the entrance of pit lane, and then they're going to release the cars one at a time based on their gaps. That's, I believe, how they did it last time.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's how they're doing it as well now. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know, it's a fairly, it's a really straightforward system. I'm personally a pretty big fan of it because it allows for that fairness. Doesn't cause any kind of mass confusion or anything of that sort. By the way, we are on board here with Narcotic as he's warming up around the Nordschleife.
Yep, just down into the first part of it, actually. This came off the GP circuit.
Yeah, literally
this is a fun,
just came off.
This is a fun track. But it takes so much patience.
It does, and it takes a lot of luck too. You know, there are over 200 turns on this track, I believe, and if you want to win, you got to nail all of them. You know, you get the tiniest bit of grass on that tire, you're going for a ride.
Yeah, no kidding. Narcotic here has been practicing for a while. I've been watching him for about the last 40 minutes. I don't think he's left the track. Maybe he had to go to the bathroom or something, but I think he is just determined to make sure he gets every one of these corners right and practice.
Yep, he is definitely going to be out for blood. And just to let the viewers know, yes, I am running the stream with the comments on the side, so if there's anybody you want to see, if there's any gaps you need to know about, just comment, let us know, and, you know, either Presidio or myself will get the times, or, you know, we'll get some time on some different cars as well, so just be sure to let us know.
Absolutely. I'm monitoring the chat as well, so try to make this as pleasurable as possible.
There we go.
Strange. Look at the inputs he's got on that wheel. They're just smooth turns. They're like it's not a jerking motion. Well, except when he's about to lose it. But
yep. And B-Nop saying, hi again, guys. What's going on there, B-Nop? Glad you're joining us on this lovely race day here at the Nordschleife and GP circuit. The Nurb 24, I should say.
The Nurb 24.
The Nurb 24. I'm just going to call it Nurb 24.
There you go.
I think it's this caffeine starting to get to my head.
There you go.
Yep.
So let's see. Let me look around here and see if we got anybody else. We got a couple people up on the top of the hill now. We got Philo and Pachito are out there. Pachito's the one in the Viper. We got Nicord from ERM in the Aston Martin. Oh, there's a different name. Hayden Clampett from Great Britain in the BMW.
Yep. Now, correct me folks if I'm wrong, I believe he just did the last stint as well, so he's going to be double stinting in this event.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's probably all night up. Got that car figured out in every corner, pretty much memorized.
Yeah, I bet he is, but at the same time, he's probably mentally worn out. He is
Well, he was
checked
racing at
out.
night. He probably's like, "Can I race again so I can see the rest of the track?"
Yeah. So I
All
am
right,
not sure.
this looks like it might be a stuck check because Chromadex should be in front. I guess it doesn't really matter that he's going to pull out in front of him
Yeah. And I
and
just
then
got
leave the group.
confirmation from Emba. Yeah, Hayden Clampett did stint too, so.
Oh, Chompy's stuck
Yep,
on the grid.
Chompy. Ooh, he is. He is stuck on the grid. That is not good.
Maybe he
Not
just
good.
didn't go anywhere. You know what? My camera's not working right. Let me get back in there. Oh, he left the. Okay, so everyone needs to get off. That's what we do stuck checks for.
Yep, that is exactly why we do stuck checks.
Yep. So it looks like the Pachito guy is gonna replace Chromadex for sure because Chromadex is out on the track in a safety car, and and Pachito's in that green Viper. So
Yep,
definitely
which
looks like that's what's going on.
that Green Viper, I believe, is from the High Pre team, which I think they're a pretty new team that started up recently, within the last couple months or so. They have got some gorgeous looking liveries. I'm just gonna throw that out right now. I like their liveries.
I like a lot of the liveries that are on some of these cars. The time they put into them. I know for a fact that there's actually some racers out there that don't do their own liveries. They're like, no, I race. This guy does my liveries for me because they find these guys with talent, or girls, or both. I don't care. They just find these people with this immense talent for like seeing the way they want this car to work and then manipulating the program to get these decals where they need to be.
Yeah, and that is not a bad thing at all. I mean, you know, we've got some gorgeous cars. I'm looking at P1 right now, JP, in the
Same.
Zero car, and that is just a beautiful looking car.
Yeah.
And
But
then,
that CSX behind him is pretty nice looking
yep,
too. I like the faded colors from the white to the blue, and
yeah, and
yeah, looks good.
the black accents and the black stripes. It really complements that white and blue. And then we got our glorious pace car with that direct relief livery. That is
Yeah, look
simple,
at
but
that.
that is clean.
I know. Look at that. It's like white with 3 stickers on it. It's beautiful.
It is. I love it. And then MRCs, you know, they got a beautiful looking livery. They got the dark smoke decal on there, who is a streamer for MRC as well. And then we
What
got
does it
more
say? Dark Oka?
Smoka.
Oh, Smoka. Okay.
Yeah, Smoka.
Ah,
Yep.
Smoka.
And then we got another Cosmics Esports livery, which is beautiful. Garza with Ocelot Academy has got just a great looking Mercedes there. I mean, with that metallic silver or
Yeah, I
gray.
like it.
Ooh, good stuff. Oh, and
I
he
wonder if that guy.
bit.
I wonder if one bit is rocking some serious sound inside that car and blasting those JBLs.
Yeah, he's probably got 12-inch subs in the back.
Yep.
And then we got
We'll be driving
Paquito.
by. We'll be driving by, and we'll hear it going boom, 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 boom
Yeah,
as he's driving.
yeah. And then High Pre's livery, I like it. I like that mixture of the blue, the purple, the green, and then the little
Oh,
splats
I
of
just
paint.
noticed there's 2 CSX drivers out here,
There are.
Kobu and Steven, and they have like reverse liveries, almost like mirror liveries.
Yeah. Yeah, they're almost inverted. And then AMS, they're rocking a Clorox livery, which is interesting, to say the least. And then we got
Probably really
ERA.
clean livery.
It, yeah, it better be. It's a Clorox livery.
Come on, I had to do it. I
Yep,
had
you
to throw some
had to
dad jokes
do
in
it.
there.
You had to do it. Oh no, my favorite livery's coming up though. ERM has got a really nice looking livery as well.
The Aflac
Yeah, they got the
duck.
little
Is that the
duck on
Aflac
there.
duck on the back?
I think that might either be the duck or the goose from the Untitled Goose Game. But Ark's livery is looking really good. But I'm going to tell you right now, my favorite livery is Sokane's in the Good Smile Racing Hatsune Miku livery on a Corvette. That looks gorgeous.
You know what? I am trying to get a front view of this thing, and my controller's not cooperating with me.
Oh, well, I got a great view here on the on my end.
Now I see it.
Yep,
It looks awesome.
it does. It does. And then we got a random GTR.
Just hanging out.
Yep, hanging out. That's
Who's
cool.
in it?
Look to be Chromatics.
Oh, it's Chromadex. Okay. Maybe he thinks that his safety car is just not going to cut it, and so he's going to switch to the GTR, and maybe it won't get stuck.
Yeah. Ooh, Tyler out here throwing shade. Zero is the best delivery. Like I said, Zero, it's got a great looking design on it. I love it. But man, I'm a weeb. You know, I like my Hatsune Miku liveries. I actually won.
Who is this guy talking about?
What's that?
Zero. Who's
Zero?
Zero?
That's ONE. One. But no, I'm a weeb. I actually won this, like, Hatsune Miku figure. And I thought, oh, cool, you know, it's just a little figurine. I look at it, and it's a Good Smile Racing team. I was like, oh, man, this is perfect. But no, I'm looking at JP right now with that Zero livery, and that is gorgeous. Just gorgeous.
Oh, you know, I should probably mention, so just for this first hour together, me and Cupcake will be co-commentating on this. The last hour, Cupcake will be on his own. I have previous engagements, and this race is running a little bit past its scheduled time, and so I won't be able to make the other half of it. So I'm going to spend the first hour with you, and then no one's going to have to listen to my annoying voice anymore for the second hour. So that'll be good. They just have to listen to you.
Exactly. You know, I came in clutch. I said, yeah, I'll stream it. You're like, yeah, I'll be in it for the first hour, but after that, you're on your own. So you guys get to hear my annoying voice during the live stream for all of 2 hours instead of 1 hour. But no, Chromatic is not racing. Paquito is replacing Chromatix for Team High Pre. And then, and then we got Pamigo 13 saying go go by Titas on ONE Racing. Let's hope he gets it done today. And then Sokane, you know, Sokane is saying the best livery belongs to that Sokane guy. He's out here for brownie
points.
Did
you notice that ERM Nico, he runs the same number you do, man? 33.
33, yeah. Yep. But
so he's probably going to be slow then, not like you.
Oh.
So.
No, let's not go that far now. Let's not go that far. ERM
I say to our SF champion this year, so...
Yeah, but no, these ERM guys, they are no joke. I believe they're sitting in first place so far.
Yeah, so, I haven't actually seen the standings thus far. I guess we'll find out whoever gets released from the pits first will be, then we'll know.
Yeah, ERM, they're a very competitive, very fast league over in the Europeans. But I am currently focused on him, just watching him tear up the green hell, showing it who's boss.
Now, if anybody out there in YouTube land can tell me, I have been trying to figure out on the ARC cars, Larasco's car, I can't get a view of that. What does ARC stand for? First one to get the answer right wins. And I'll tell you what you win after you come up with the right answer.
You'll win brownie
Let's
points
see.
from me. But, hey,
Brownie
ERM Nick,
points.
brilliant run, by the way, in the first stint. I believe you were in the first stint. But either way, brilliant run. But yeah, whoever can tell us what ARC stands for, you will get my unwavering appreciation.
Adrenaline Racing Community.
Adrenaline
Okay. I
Racing
like it.
Community. Alright, so that name, I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing this one. Kol Ni Murak Uodubheim. You, sir, get 50 brownie points.
Oh, 50 brownie points.
Yep.
Sweet. I was going to give it only 25. So, nice. You guys should be count your blessings and cupcakes here. Shouldn't you be handing out cupcakes, though, and not brownies?
There's a cupcake shortage in Ohio.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Colm says
Irish,
it's Irish,
don't
don't
try.
try it.
Colm, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, you know, like I said, I do apologize if I did mispronounce your name, so genuinely sorry about that.
So how do you think these M6 BMWs are going to fare out here?
You know, that's a good question. That is actually one Group 3 car that I never really cared to drive.
Yeah,
Just due to personal preference. I mean, I'm more of a Corvette Viper driver. I mean, I'll drive the Citroen. I'll drive that thing all day. But the M6 and the Z4, the M3, I've driven the M3, never cared for it, but I think the M6 has a little bit more power. Might be a little bit more stable as well, but this is a tuned event. This is not a full bot.
Yeah.
So
It just I can't help but think like these BMWs they do pretty good on fuel from what I've gathered watching them race. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. It's just those I have never been able to gather that car upright and get it to do what I want it to do. And maybe it's just my lack of talent or just not having the right tunes on it.
well, I don't think it'll be a lack of talent here. Tyler Bramble, as I drove it in the last stint, it is difficult. I think that the M6 also has a lot of understeer. If I'm not mistaken. Like I said, it's been a while since I've driven that car.
Now the Vision GT Beamer, that thing is smoking fast. I love that car, but it's got the fuel tank the size of a walnut in it. I mean, you just can't. If you're in a fuel race, you're never going to want to use that car. But if you're in a non-fuel race, then that car is just a beast. It's so much fun to drive.
It is.
So then, any of you that haven't tried driving that car, get that sucker out on the track because it is fun. And I would assume that the Group 3 car would be similar to the VGT car, right? But
well, yes and no. I think the VGT car was more in line with the M3 versus the M6.
That's probably more accurate.
Yeah. Now, I tell you, the car to look out for, though, is the Aston Martin. That is the V12 Vantage, I believe is what they're running. And that car is like the British version of the Corvette in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great all-around car. Once you get a good tune on it, you might as well just say goodbye to that Aston, because it's going to be leaving you.
Yep. And that's an older car, too. It's a 2012, right? You know, there's definitely newer cars out there, but sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If it still runs good.
Exactly.
I'm interested to see if Gran Turismo 7, when it comes out this year, has any of the newer cars, like the new Corvette and stuff. I doubt it. I don't know that they had enough time to scan it and do all the stuff they got to do to get it in there, but we'll see. I don't know if I don't remember if I saw it in the teaser, but it'll be exciting to see that because that's a mid-engine car now instead of a front engine.
Right,
That new Corvette. So it'll be
right.
interesting to see how that thing manages. Like a mid-engine would be great on this course with all these corners.
And if you ever see one in real life, they are a thing of beauty.
Oh, I know you're talking the truth too. I saw the pictures. You worked
Yep,
at a dealership that had a couple of those come in, didn't you?
they had 3 or 4 come in. I got to see the
Yeah.
very first one get off of the truck, and we got to hear the very first time they fired up the engine. And I'm going to tell you, it sounded glorious.
Gloria.
Yep, now the one
Yeah.
thing I will say, it is not approved for fat people like me because they suck getting out of the cars. But
Getting in's easy.
the whole interior was just, it was neat. It was cool. So it looks
Man,
like,
Narcotic is just churning laps. He's ran probably almost the whole third stint in practice. So it'll be interesting to see what the running order is going to be on the
yeah.
Now looking at, just trying to see. So JP7 in his last lap on in practice was an 8:27, which uh, I think is a little slower than the race pace is going to be, but it may be because he's just trying to get the car figured out underneath him.
Yeah, he was probably warming up during the event, or during, this time. But ERM is wasting no time trying to churn out laps and trying to get that car down pat. I mean, Nico is not wasting any time at all.
I like that livery too. Looks nice.
It is.
The wing on that thing is humongous, though, isn't it? Look at the size of that thing.
It is. It is, but it is so necessary for that car.
Well, yeah, you got to hold the back end of the car down to the ground
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, especially when you got an Aston Martin attached to it. I mean, you look at the size of the Hyundais, and it's
It's
actually
about the same
smaller.
size.
It's about the same size, maybe a hair smaller.
Yeah. But you look, the BMW is smaller. It's not all the way out to the edges of the car like the other cars are. Just be interesting to see how it works out. Like when you see these Mercedes, man, they got these gigantic wings go all the way out to the edge of the tires.
Yep. And ERM Nick asking, what are you waiting for, guys? Well, it looks like they're putting down timestamps. Looked like there was a couple bits of miscommunication here. Trying to figure out where to place everybody. So,
Yep. We're not running it. We're just simply watching and sharing what we see with you folks and throwing some bad jokes and horrible information at you, and someone else is starting it. Oh my gosh, that ass just got air. It
oh,
just
I did
got
not
all
see
wheels
that.
off
I
the
was
ground.
looking at the times here.
I wonder if I
So,
could. Oh, I
you
can't
know
replay
what's
that because it's not in race.
interesting? You know what's interesting here, Presidio?
What's
I'm
that?
looking at the time gaps here that they're setting. The gap between first and second right now is 10 seconds. And then the gap between second and third is every bit 2.5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Who's first and third?
first place
Nico
right
and
now, first
oh,
place is going to be
Narcotic. Okay.
ERM Nico. Second right now is AMS Narcotic. Third is ARC Larascal. Fourth is TNR Philo. But actually, the mid pack here might change because it looked like Tommy Kuhn was fifth. Okay, and this is getting This is getting a bit much. Okay, so
there's some full-on full laps down. There's several people a lap down from the leader. Because if we're talking 8 minutes or so, anything over
yeah,
16
but
minutes would be...
you got to take it into consideration as well. First place is starting at the 4-minute mark. So they're about half a lap down, roughly.
Yeah.
And then ERM Nick saying, oh, okay. And then, yub nub. They're sorting times out, gonna take a bit, yep. And they're gonna go ahead and start here, so what they're gonna do is they're gonna line up at a specific point on the track. They're gonna wait until this timer at the bottom left-hand corner gets the 4-minute mark, and they're gonna release first place. Once 4 minutes 10 seconds releases, they'll release, or once 4 minutes and 10 seconds passes, second place will start, and then they'll just keep going down the grid.
It'd be a lot easier to just start the first one and then wait instead of waiting for 4 full minutes to send one car out on the track.
Yeah, but like I said, it tends to eliminate some confusion here. Speaking of confusion,
and the GTR went backwards at the start. Chromedex had it in the wrong gear.
And the grid's not set.
Is somebody stuck?
No, looks like everybody got off the line. Okay, did you set the grid? If not, just find your place. Okay. So
Are they going to do a rolling start?
No, what they're doing, like I said, they need to get to a specific point. Or they need to get to a specific point on the track here. I think it's right after the Schumacher S's. Or no, I'm sorry. Right by the chicane towards the end of the GP section.
Oh, they're not going all the way around the track.
No.
Okay, they're gonna go. They're gonna start from just before.
Yes.
Just before where the 24. Just before where Nordschleife starts.
Yep.
Okay, I got you. That makes sense. So Chromedex is just gonna drive them around and bring them through the S's here.
I'm on board here with Hayden Clampett, right behind 1-bit. As they're coming up the Schumacher S's here, they're going to stop and wait until, like I said, those time markers come up, and then they will be released accordingly.
And Chompy just left the track. His car disappeared.
Yeah, I believe he is having some internet issues.
Oh, wow. I think he was the host of the room.
He was not. Chromedix is.
Oh,
Yep.
Chompy. Sorry. My bad.
Yep.
My bad. Okay.
So Chromedix left. Okay.
No, I think it's Chompy that left.
Well, Chompy left the room itself. Chromedix
Right.
left the track.
Left the track. There we go. Okay.
Yep, so first place we've got ERM Nico RD. Second we've got AMS Narcotic. Third is ARC Larascal. Fourth is TNR Philo. Fifth is ONE Bit. Sixth is Hayden Clampett. Seventh is CSX Steven. Eighth, CSX Kobu. Ninth is JP. 10th is Sokane. 11th is your Paquito. I do apologize if I'm not pronouncing that right. And holding up the rear here, we've got Garza with Ocelot Academy. So right now they're just waiting, like I said, until this time.
Oh, they're watching
timestamp.
they're watching the timestamp down at the bottom. So Nico is going to take out first, huh?
Yep, he will be the one to take off at the 4-minute mark. So in case anybody that's watching right now that doesn't know what we're talking about, this little timer here at the bottom, once it hits 4 minutes, ERM is going to take off. Once 4 minutes 10 seconds come up, I thought
Philo's
AMS was in here.
Oh, wait. AMS is missing. Where'd he go?
I'm not
Oh, he
sure.
went all the way to... Oh, he's just in 12th. He's just parked back there.
Okay.
Now,
Maybe.
maybe there's something we don't know. Perhaps he got a penalty, or the last group got a penalty in the last stint, and maybe it had to put him to the back. I don't know.
Yeah, we are not 100%
Oh, he's getting ready to go. There he
informed.
goes. Off
Yep,
and
so there
running.
goes ERM. And then admin 3581, aka Chompy. Sorry about all the confusion. My internet made things worse, and I've been working all day on this. We get it, dude.
We totally get it.
Oh, there goes
Okay,
Narcotic.
Narcotic.
He
There
is
goes Narcotic.
off.
Yep.
TNR Philo. Or no, it should be ARC Larascal. That should be going here shortly.
Yep. I'll let you know when they take off if you want to keep an eye out for what the guys are doing up front.
Yep, so ERM right now is really starting to open up a gap here between himself and AMS. They about had a 9-second gap. ERM has opened that gap up to 11.2 seconds.
Now these guys are going to be nearly halfway around the track before TNR gets released, the third place driver, because that was what, 4-minute gap or so.
It should be ARC. That should be going in third. Yeah.
I'm just looking at how they're sitting on top of each other.
Right. But I may be wrong. There might have been something that popped up that allowed TNR to
and
to go third.
Philo's backing up, so Rascal is now in front of him. Okay.
Yep. So Rascal should be getting ready to go here shortly.
I don't think they're not going until like almost the 8 or 9 minute mark, right?
I think it was about a 2.5 minute mark, so he should be going close to
about 6 and okay, so about
6.5 or 7 minute.
We should probably not say too many numbers in case the drivers are listening to us, because then they might forget the actual number that they were supposed to go.
Yeah,
well, I know my ADD would be like, wait a minute, do those guys know what's going on?
Yeah. And ERM has now opened that gap up to 14 seconds, getting ready to go to 15 seconds over AMS Narcotic.
Wow, that's talented.
Yep. Like I said, he is not playing around. You know, not only is this race for charity, there's also there's some prize money involved in this, so there's gonna be some intense racing.
I'm sitting here waiting for ARC. He's revving his engine up.
Yep, I'm gonna take a quick peek over to him, and off he goes.
Here goes Arc Larascal on his way. So Philo's next in line, and he's just trying to get his car out of the racing line and back into the spot. There we go. All right, he is ready.
Yep, ERM Nick has said Narcotic definitely forgot time change the fuel rate. Look at how much time he's losing. So, I see. Yeah, because ERM now has a 16-second gap over Narcotic.
Oh, he's driving too fast, not saving his fuel is what they're trying to say?
No, because he's actually using less fuel than Nico. So I think it has to do with just the different time of day. You know, track temperature, stuff of that sort. That can definitely mess with the car itself. Hayden Clamp had asked, Monopoly anyone? Look, man, I'm down for a game of Monopoly. Just bring that stuff up here to the commentator's booth and play around. See how fast I can own the property boardwalk.
Alright, so Philo is still sitting here. He's just been moving back and forth. Nothing much happening. Oh, he's revving it up.
He is.
Getting ready to go. There off he goes.
There
So
he
Philo's on his
goes.
way.
Yep. And Admin or Chompy, he put in lean for the pace lap, then forgot to put it back to rich. Oh, okay. I got it. That explains why the gap's starting to close now. It went from 16 to 15.3 and dropping.
Oh, he had it leaned out
Yep.
on the
Yep.
outlap. And okay.
Yep, to save fuel.
Yep. Where is that Corvette going? One blitz? Is it a turn? Okay,
I believe
guess so.
it is.
So one blitz is on his way.
Yep.
On the way down the hill. Looks like next up should be... Well, I don't even know who's next up, but I'll keep an eye out here for you, man.
Yep. We'll get some love to our leader here, ERN Nico.
How's his lead? Is it shrinking?
It's shrinking ever so slightly. You know, he's about 15.1 seconds ahead of Narcotic. But he was every bit about 16, close to 17 seconds ahead of Narcotic just about a quarter of a lap ago.
Now I'm gonna stay here watch the pit lane, but let's take a look at what the top speed that this Aston Martin gets on the downhill straight. And I'm curious to see what the difference between that and the Hyundai. Oh, it looks like Hayden Clampett's on his way in the Beamer. So off he goes.
Yep, and my apologies being off about the fuel mixtures there. I think I overanalyzed that comment previously, so my apologies.
165, is that his top speed?
I think he'll, yeah, he hit about 170.
Okay.
But average,
and,
he's about
hey,
the mid 160s.
CSX Steven, 85, just left.
Okay. TX3 Originals,
so
it was a fuel
what,
mix, he forgot to change.
top speed's going to be when he hits that same hill.
Well, I didn't catch it in time there. It looked like he was doing just about the same speed, though.
Now, what's interesting is these guys are coming around now through... someone just left. I didn't catch it. Okay, the other CSX driver, Kobu, just left. Looks like Garza's next up. Well, Garza might be a little ahead of all the people, but they have the leaders now coming around not far. They're on the GP circuit, right?
Yes. Yep, looked like,
okay.
Nico, he is getting ready to approach what I call the little carousel. the generic carousel, I should say. Yep, going up there, getting ready to approach the Schumacher S's.
Yep.
Now, Narcotic has brought the gap down again to about 14.9.
We'll give him another hour or so. He might close that gap up some more too. Now I'm watching from the pit lane entrance until I can see. I see a car coming around that final right-hander. That must be our leader coming up. So all these cars better be out of the way, because here he comes.
Yep. And then we got a Dodge Lam here, who is I believe that is PX7 Lam. So what's going on there, bud?
Now
I'm looking at fuel.
P2.
You know, I'm looking at the fuel situation right now. That Aston is definitely using more fuel than that Hyundai. So it's not much. It's not much at all.
Yeah, but you got to figure too that the Aston Martin's a V12, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference there. You know, especially with the tuning. But yeah, he's cutting down the lead right now. It's about a 14.5 second gap between Nico and Narcotic at the moment. But I feel like we talked about them for long enough here. Let's give some love here to some other racers. Ark is down the straight here on the Nordschleife. He's topping out, let's see, 165, 166. Can we get there? Yep.
In that Mercedes, yep.
Yep, in the Mercedes. He's running about 168, 170, going down the hill. TNR Philo right now running 4th. O&E Bit I am going to pronounce your name that way because I have no clue how to pronounce the full name. In the Corvette.
We can call him One Bit. There you go.
There we go, one bit.
There you go. You have a new name. You're
Yep,
welcome.
Hayden Clampett.
Okay, so somebody just took off, and that would be JP7714. So he is climbing the hill, hard left into the downhill, and he is starting his run.
Yep, now
So
Garza.
there's only 3 cars left that need to get actually out on the course racing. We've got Garza in the Mercedes, Pachito in the Corvette, and
Yep.
off he goes now. So
Yep, there goes Paquito.
Paquito's on his way out. All we have left is Garza and Socane. So we got a Corvette and a Mercedes left.
Definitely makes it interesting.
What's that?
Just the gaps of time there. But I'm not seeing any kind of battles going on at the moment.
That's the interesting thing about stage 3 is everything is spread out. All right, so Garza and Socane both leave at the same time together. So all the cars are now officially underway. Now Garza's got he's got a faster car coming up behind him.
Yep, that looks to be Arc. So let's go. Let's see what we got going on here. Nope, did not last long. Yep, looked like Garza just kind of yielded the position there to him. He's already lapped. Garza gets into the grass, hits the wall. It's going to lose some time there to Socane. Now, Arc Larascal, he has got to deal with Socane here up ahead. Try to get past him. Hopefully, Socane maybe yields to him, because obviously Larascal is going to be lapping him. So let's take a look
I find
here.
Interesting is that when Garza and Socane just took off, I mean they had cold tires. I was watching them sit there, and I could tell that there was just that hint there, so I knew that they had been sitting there for so long.
Yeah.
So they had to get their tires warmed up. That's probably why Rascal was able to get past them easily enough, warmed up tires and all.
Yep. Yep. And I'm taking a look here. We got blue flags that are waving.
They're waving everywhere.
I'm
looking around to see if I can find anybody.
Boy, Larascal's just catching up to Socane.
Yep, I think that's really the closest thing that we have going on right now is Rascal. The problem is I can't tell what the time gap is because he's a lap down, so it doesn't give you the deltas between the two cars.
Yeah.
Let me check. Maybe live timing will help me out with that.
Live timing should at least show you. If not, it'll at least show you the gap between each position.
Yeah, it only shows me time gaps up to P7, but that's because the other drivers haven't completed a full lap yet. So, since it takes like 8 or 9 minutes to do that.
Yep. Now I'm on board here with Socane. And I'm looking back behind, and he's about to have a whole rear view mirror full of Mercedes on him.
Yes, he will. See, so P8 just crossed the start-finish line. CX Kogu did.
Okay, so we'll check back with Socane and Larascal here in just a sec. So we'll go to Paquito. We don't really have anything else going on at the moment.
I'll keep an eye on this on Rascal as I see him get anywhere close to that car up there. I'll let you know.
Yep, and it looked like AMS, he's closed the gap just a hair. He's about 13 seconds away from Nico.
And they're what, on lap 3?
Getting ready to cross lap 3, I believe.
Yeah.
Across the line.
So that Rascal is, I think he's only about a second and a half back, maybe 2 seconds back from that Corvette. On some of the corners, he's closed up on him, and then we'll see what happens. From the looks of it, it looks like Rascal is a controller.
And Kane gets into the wall.
Yep, and that'll do that.
Yep, ERM Nick is asking gap between first and second. Right now, looks like Nico's still in the lead there. He's got about a 13.5 second gap between himself and Narcotic. But like I said, that gap seems to be closing little by little. Nothing drastic.
Now, Narcotic is on a purple lap at the moment.
Yep,
he just set the last purple sector there.
Yeah, he actually set the fastest lap also, with a 7-minute 56-second
he sure did.
time. So now,
now that he's got enough fuel in the car, it probably will help.
yeah. And then, Nico almost lost it. Got in the grass there, got a little bit squirrely, but saved it. Whew. Track demands, like you said, a lot of patience.
And attention.
Concentration. But that mistake did cost him about a second, because the gap's now at 12.7 seconds.
So let's see, if we look here, we basically have the first, I'm going to say the first 8 cars are all within a lap of each other. Position 8 is 7 minutes, almost 7.5 minutes back behind the leader. So about a lap back. The gap's not really increasing much.
It's not
at all. So I mean, there's the potential for Nico over the course of the race for the leaders to catch up to P8. But as it stands now, it looks like everybody is still. Let me check the timing board.
ARC going around, taking that turn beautifully. TNR Philo with our MRC boys going on to the main straight here, all by his lonesome. PX7 Infinity, Hyundai go brrr. Yup. That's all I can hear now, so thanks, Infinity. Thank you. That's literally all I can hear from the Hyundai now.
So it looks like 4th place is about to cross the start-finish line here shortly.
Yep, which is TNR Philo.
Yep, he's coming up there. And so by the time first and second, so it looks like Yep, it looks like 1 through 8 are on the. No, 8 is finishing up. Yeah, he's almost a lap down to P1. So it'll be interesting to see how long they can stay ahead of P1. But P1 is definitely closing the gap on P8. Let's take a look here. P8 is roughly 56 seconds behind P7.
Yeah, so let's see. Chompy 18 going burr. That's great. You know, while we're looking at all these cars here, I'm going to ask the viewers, what do you think is the best sounding car out of all the Group 3s in this game? In your God honest opinion, what's the best sounding one? For me, I'm a sucker for the Corvette.
Are you talking about in the car?
Well,
or
I'm just,
like
I'm just
outside?
talking in general. Like, what do you think is the best sounding Group 3 car in this game?
Oh, well, then it's got to be the Corvette. I mean, it's just got that deep, throaty sound to it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yep. Well,
But,
everybody's got their opinions.
we all have our opinions,
Yep.
exactly.
You know what they say
All
about
right, so
opinions, right?
P8 is
Yep.
coming around the final corner here for the long downhill, and P1 is just 3 corners behind him.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yep. Tyler Bramble saying the RX Vision, in his opinion,
Oh,
is the
that
best
sounds like a
sounding Group 3
super
car.
Formula car or Formula One car.
Well, it's that rotary engine. Those things are just
All right, so
amazing.
that Aston Martin is on the downhill now, on the straight with P8. So if you're
Yep, and
looking for a gap,
hold on. We got Narcotic in the grass. In the
now
grass heading into the straight, getting a 1.5 second penalty.
I'm gonna go back and replay that really quick and see what happened here on my side. Oh, he bumped the curb and he got all the way over and he hit the rail. He was just driving along the rail, trying to get straightened out.
You
Oh, it
hate
gave him
to
a one
see
and a
it.
half second penalty.
Yep. And on top of that, he is now 18 seconds away from Nico. Everybody in the chat is saying F, F, F. Everybody, please press F to pay respects. AMS Rush saying shoot. Yes, you hate to see it. I mean, he got lost in the sauce there.
He did get lost in
Chompy,
the
he
sauce.
pressed F to pay respects. You're a good man, Chompy. Devson, nice to see you in the stream.
Hey,
Yep.
Jeffson. Good to have you, bud.
Yeah, no, it sucks to see. I've raced with Narcotic. I've talked to him many times. He's a really good dude. Really good at tuning as well. Stuff Crapster, can we not watch the back markers that are more than 5 minutes back and watch the leaders who matter? We've been on the back markers a lot. I do agree. So now I'll be sure to spend some time here with a top 5 at least. So AMS right now, he is... Yeah, he's got some work to do.
Yeah, he lost easily 5 seconds right there.
Yeah. PX7 Infinity. Imagine being on an esports team with Def Sun.
Now I'm interested. So P8 Kobu just he went through past pit lane and he's on his way down the hill into the first big right-hander, and first place is just made that final turn to head down that same hill. So he is closing up fast.
Yeah. Like I said, they did not waste any time warming up, practicing. getting the cartoon right. They had one goal in mind for this event, and that was to win.
What kind of racer just wants to go out and win?
Well,
I thought it's all about the fun and the show.
well, for you, it's about the cookies and stuff, like after the race.
Yeah, a little bit.
Chompy 18. Imagine being on an esports team, period.
Yeah, it takes a lot of
Yeah.
concentration and a lot of work.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so wait a minute. Did Nico already pass? Did I completely miss that?
I don't believe he had.
I
If he
saw
did, it
I
may
was
have.
watching Nico and I saw a car. He must have passed somebody else
He
that's
must have.
behind him.
Maybe Kobu was the one. Maybe he wrecked.
Yeah,
I'm
Kobu.
not.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I was watching Kobu just to see if he was going to catch him. So Kobu did succumb to the first place driver.
Yep. And then we got, let me read a couple comments here. Tyler Bramble, my team is the back marker. Stuff Crapster, thank you for being the one commentator that pays attention to chat. I had to. You got to keep the stream going. You got to keep it alive especially during a 2-hour event. So, thanks for the compliment there. How's Philo? Let's take a look at TNR Philo here right now. Field situation. He's used just over a quarter tank of gas. Tires are starting to wear just a hair. About a minute and a half behind LaRascal, so I think he's gained some time on him. He's about 30 seconds ahead of ONE Bit. But he seems to be kind of all over the place there at the moment, but he's keeping that Hyundai under control.
I'm watching Narcotic, and this happened during an RWB World Cup race a couple weeks back, where RR Spec 1 carried a penalty for lap after lap, and it never bled off. And I made a comment about how every time I get a penalty, it's usually bled off within a couple of corners, and I think I'm driving as best as I can. And here, Narcotic's only been able to get rid of 1/10 of that penalty because he is driving that car perfect. Like, he's not going too slow on any corner, right? He's hitting all of his stuff just right. So he's having a hard time bleeding that off without purposely doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is having a hard time bleeding it off. So I don't know how that's gonna play in after the race. So we'll just wait and see what happens there. I'm not gonna make any kind of judgment calls.
Oh no, I was just my comment was like that someone can carry a penalty for that long on a track without it bleeding off naturally because you're either too slow into a corner or you're braking earlier than you're off the pace. But he has literally got this thing pegged on every corner, and so that's why it's not going down. It was a compliment, not a jab.
I get it. We gotta remain neutral as commentators.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
I'm
know what I mean, Vern?
Because I wish I could carry a penalty around a track. I'd like to know that I'm that good and I'm getting all of this stuff right.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
So do we have any kind of battles going on at the moment? Do you know?
No, I've kind of been looking around, following all the cars, and looking to see if anybody's nearby each other, and there's just not, they're all gapped out pretty well. So I'm going to go back and look at the course map and see if I see anything. No, I mean, P2 is getting close to P8, so you might want to go take a look at Narcotic. He's going to be showing up on P8 here, putting P8 behind him shortly. He's only a couple corners back from him.
Yeah, I mean he's not far off at all.
Yep. So Kobu should be seeing him in his mirror probably soon. it's really hard. It's as many turns and corners as there are to see. So
Yeah. Yeah, and this whole sector here, this is probably one of my favorite parts of the sector, or of this track, is this whole
oh
sector
yeah,
itself.
full
It
all
is
out,
it,
and then
it is all out. You hope and pray you don't hit the grass, and it's just a blast to drive.
yeah, and these bank corners. If you
Yep.
hit those just right, it feels so good in the car. Like you're just like you can feel everything sticking. Oh, there it is. So from Kobu, looking backwards, I can see that little blue Hyundai back there. If the straight gets long enough, yep, there he is,
Yep.
going
And
down a long straight.
I am in the cockpit view with Narcotic here. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen here. I imagine Narcotic is gonna catch Kobu here, probably in the GP circuit. Oh, there we go. Actually, never mind.
He's leading
Narcotic's
off that
gonna serve
penalty.
that penalty. Good man. Good man.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good race
No,
driver?
let's.
I'm just
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know. You're the comedic type.
kidding. I've got nothing else to offer.
Yeah. All right. So let's go through the grid here. We're on 5 laps in this 14 lap race at NURB 24. So first place is ERM Nico, holding it down with 21 seconds ahead of Narcotic. Narcotic is sitting in second place. He's 2 minutes 57 seconds ahead of our third place feller. That is going to be ARC La Rascal. La Rascal is now a minute 30 ahead of TNR Philo, who is sitting in fourth. TNR Philo is sitting about 32 seconds ahead of ONE Bit, who is about a minute and 11 seconds ahead of our sixth place driver, who is Hayden Clampett. And Garza has left the room. He was, I believe, in 12th place, and he withdrew. Hate to see that.
Yeah, hopefully he didn't leave on his own, and that it was, or I don't know. It's kind of how do you? Which one do you want more? You wanted the person to disconnect on purpose, or if they got disconnected on accident? I don't know which one's worse.
I hate to see it both ways.
Yep.
It just sucks. But Hayden Clampett's about 20 seconds ahead of our 7th place, which is CSX Steven. Steven is ahead of his teammate Kobu by a minute 28 seconds. Kobu's going to be about 2 minutes 15 seconds ahead of our 9th place, which is JP. JP is going to be about 5 seconds ahead of Paquito. We may have a battle brewing here between 9th and 10th, so we'll have to keep tabs on that and see what happens. 11th place, we have got the Hatsune Miku Corvette, driven by Sokane.
I'm seeing something interesting. It looks like Narcotic is actually losing time to Nico. It's ever so slight, like hundredths of a second. It keeps just climbing. He's about to catch Kobu. He's only about a second behind him.
Yep.
So he's going to have to deal with him shortly. But he's lost about a half a second to Nico in the last 6 or 7 turns. So I don't know if it's tire. I don't know if Nico's maybe just putting on the gas and trying to build a gap.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But I'm riding on board here with Kobu, because I'm curious to see how Narcotic is going to approach the situation. Or if Kobu is going to be yielding to Narcotic. Say here, Tyler Bramble.
Let's hope he does. He's being shown that blue flag at every other corner. Yep. Or every corner.
Tyler Bramble saying, go JP. Chompy saying, yeah, JP is superior. Go JP. So we got some love here to our 9th place driver, JP7714. So it's great to see that. Great to see some support. Yep, Narcotic
is on top of him, and he gets around him pretty easily. That worked out good.
Well, Kobu yielded the position.
He did a great job. That was a great job.
Yep. Now we got people saying go JP. There he is in the ON, or the zero livery. I'm sorry. Whew. Yep, the zero livery.
Now, like you said, Pachito he's slowly churning away. He's got about just over a 3-second gap.
He has gained 2 seconds on JP. Last time we checked in, because when we were going through the grid there, he was about 5 seconds away from JP, heading into the long straight.
So he's now down to about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, but Paquito got into the grass a little bit there. I don't think that did much.
He really did a nice job.
Yeah, he did. Did do a great job.
He is definitely a controller driver with the way that car is flipping around on the screen.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing though. I know some people that are like top split and use controllers to race. I mean, heck, I use a controller to race.
Down to 2 seconds now.
Yeah, we're down to 2. This is gonna be a battle. I'm gonna
Cheeto's like, I'm gonna get me some 9th place spot here.
Yep. Peter Griffin saying go CSX Steven.
But I noticed something. It's not significant, but it's enough. It's nearly an 1/8 of a tank difference in fuel JP has over that Viper. And filling that sucker up at the pump, so to speak, that could make a difference here. So Pachito needs to get around him and get some distance on him, because that fuel is going to that's going to be a couple seconds right there, and that can make all the difference.
It is now. This gap has went down to 1.6 seconds, going down to 1.5 seconds between JP and Paquito. Before we get to this battle here, you're going to like this comment, Presidio. Chompy saying, Trology is amazing with that motion sensor control skill.
Look at that.
Yep.
You know, I don't know if Chompy knows that Trology is actually my kid. And it's amazing that he can drive with that motion. And he has Tourette's, so he gets the tics that give him uncontrolled movements.
Yep.
And so imagine what happens with uncontrolled movements and a motion controlled controller. So, yep.
Chompy saying, wait, what?
Yup.
Now, the battle begins. JP, Paquito, 1/2 second separating them. I am riding along with JP right now, looking at the rear view camera. Just taking a look. He has got a whole lot of Viper in his rear view mirror. So let's see if Team Hypre can get it done here, passing JP for 9th. Going around the turn here, we're going into one of the faster sections of the track. Paquito flashing his lights, looking to pass him. JP is blocking. He is not going to let Paquito get by him without a fight. There goes Paquito. Yep, there's the fight.
That is a tight squeeze right
there. That is
a
very tight squeeze, and he gets it done.
Wow,
good work. That was
both of them.
Whew. Yeah, good work on both of them.
There.
Yeah, that is what we like to see, folks. So Paquito is now opening up
Paquito.
a gap. No, JP is going to be fighting him. Now, what's interesting to me, if you look at the tire and fuel gauge of Paquito versus JP, JP is clearly in a better position than Paquito. He's got every bit, at least an 1/8 to 1/4 of a tank more
got about
of fuel.
An 1/8 of a tank. Oh, look who's in the pits.
Yep, now we got Nico in the pits here. We'll cut to him in just a sec.
I'm gonna follow Narcotics, see if he goes in, and he does too. So they're gonna pit together.
Yep.
Rascal's still about 3 minutes out from getting to a pit. So let's see. Nico goes out, gives himself a little over 1/2 a tank of fuel to work with, and some soft tires.
Yep, but JP getting a little bit loose. That costed him dearly. The gap is now open between Paquito and JP by about 1.7 seconds. So, good racing.
Yeah.
Good racing. I'm
looking at the map here. It looks like 9 and 10 are definitely the closest ones. It looks like P2 and P8 are right with each other on the track. Let's go take a look at that. Yep. Narcotic, after his pit stop, puts him back behind.
Looks like Kobu.
See, that's Stevens, I think.
Might be Stevens.
Nope, it was Kobu. Kobu lets him by.
Yep, yields the position. Stuffed Crapster saying y'all need to commentate way more often. Well, we appreciate it. We do. We try our best. This was a spur of the moment. Like, RWB was supposed to race, and then the network issues happened, and then Presidio streamed this and said, "Hey, do you want to co-commentate?" I said, "Sure." But Narcotic right now, as you can see, he's doing pretty good. He just went in for fuel and tires. He's about 21 seconds back from ERM Nico. Whew. So TNR Philo.
Looks like let's go back to P10 because JP is right. Is he within the slipstream?
No, he is not. He is way too far back.
He's doing 165 and 170 for that Viper. And will he get to 170? Yeah, a little bit. So that BMW is just not quite as fast on the straight as that by a mile or two an hour. So, but I know that Beamer is going to corner better than that Viper does. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys play it off.
You know, I got to disagree with you on that. That Viper actually drives great, especially when you got it tuned. It's actually a pretty nimble car. Joey Cannoli, I was just passing by and now I can't stop watching. Awesome commentating, great driving. Thanks, Cannoli. I wish you were in the booth with us co-commentating. We'd have the Kit Kat Cupcake and Cannoli show.
Yeah, no kidding, man. That'd be awesome.
It'd be great. Uh-oh. The broadcast gameplay. Hey, if you don't mind, check my stream real quick.
Oh, let me check it. Well, I'm watching it.
Okay. Well, it's telling me something about internet issues.
Oh yeah, I see that the quality it pops up on your screen, but I'm still seeing it.
Good.
And I still hear you. As a matter of fact, though, I'm only going to get to hear you for about 2 more minutes. Oh, your screen just went blue. Oh, it's back. Okay.
No, yeah, it was back. I was checking something real quick, making sure it did not stop.
Okay. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you're only about 20, maybe 17 seconds behind live right now on the YouTube channel, so that's good. But I am about 1 minute from my hard stop where I've got to make like a ghost and disappear. So I want to say thanks to ESGT for letting RWB Racing broadcast one of your races. I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the whole thing. But I'll be back, as they say. And Cupcake, I hope you have a great rest of the stream. Hope everything goes okay. And the rest of you folks watching, thanks a lot for stopping by. And maybe you can see the Cupcake and Kit Kat show another day. So take it easy, guys.
Yep, later, Presidio. So right now we've got TNR Philo going into the pits here. Looks like he's going to be taking a new set of tires. Smart move. Now, I'm curious to see how much fuel he's going to take. He had about 40%. He's going to be leaving with just about 3/4 of a tank. So, that was a good move. He's doing a really good job conserving his fuel, though, I will say. So, taking a look at the commentaries here. Dodge, Lamb, without tuning, the Viper is a top 5 car under BOP. Yeah, tell me about it. You know, I've seen the races with SFR, and it's the car's definitely a force to be reckoned with. Alex Sinclair, good commentating. Thanks from Team Hybrid. Not a problem. Not a problem, man. I like commentating. I like broadcasting. I wish I could do it the fancy way with the banners and stuff, but my computer's just not, it's not that powerful. Chompy, why but why? Go Viper when you could pick the Renault. I don't know. I've never been big on the Renault. Be honest with you. Infinity, pretty sure the Viper is one of the best cars on BOP. I'm telling you, I think it is. It's either that or the Vet. I prefer the Vet. But we're taking a live view here with Nico as he goes down my favorite section of the track. We're in cockpit view. Just want to get into the mind of ERM Nico. Let's see how he drives this car. Let's see how he steers it, what his gas and braking's like, how much pressure he has to apply to them. Right now, he's pretty much going full throttle. He is full sending this car. Rodrigo, nice to see you. Viper's a good car, apart from that, this is tuning, so this is up to the drivers to make a good tune. Yep. YDG John, we can't get under 8 minutes, and Marco is our best driver. Hey, you know, if I was in your guys' shoes, take this as like a learning experience. You know, see what your drivers got. You know, see what they're made of. You know, see if there's anything you can do to make you a better driver. You know, save the replay and see how people drive and learn from it. Personally, that's what I do. That's why I love these kinds of events where I'm racing against the likes of AMS, Phoenix 7, ERM, ONE, CSX, all these big tier guys. It's humbling. It is a very humbling experience, especially in the RWB group. So, as you guys know, this is streamed under the RWB Racing channel, but I do have the link to ESGT's YouTube channel posted in the description. So if you could, you know, come on over to ESGT's channel, subscribe. You know, they hold a lot of great racing. And, you know, obviously subscribe to us, but that's your call. This is an ESGT event, so I'm not big on that kind of promotion. So, looking at it right now, AMS Narcotic still holding the fastest lap of the race with a 7-minute 56-second lap time. Still about 21 seconds behind ERM Nico. So he's not really gaining any time. Arc, meanwhile, you know, he's pretty much by his lonesome at the moment. About 3 minutes, 9 seconds away from Narcotic, about 1:27 ahead of TNR Philo. TNR Philo, ooh, and ONE Bit, they were about 30 seconds apart there at one point. Now it's dropped down to 17, but that's the difference. Okay. ONE is yet to pit. E1, Lag, Makini, they ain't nowhere near the same. Where in the world are they the same? I am not sure what you're talking about there, sir, but Hayden Clampett, he's out by his lonesome at the moment. About 1:32 seconds behind Bit, but about 27 seconds ahead of CSX. CSX Steven, though, has got more fuel than Hayden Clampett, but there's a 27-second gap. Hayden Clampett got into the dirt there a little bit, nothing too major. Kobu out in his own little world, as well as Paquito. But, you know, when me and Presidio were talking about fuel situations, this is exactly what we're talking about. There's a 3-second gap between Paquito and JP. And Paquito has every bit, almost a quarter tank gas less then JP. That's probably going to make a huge difference when they go to pit. Sokane out by his lonesome, about 1:08 behind JP. He's about 12 minutes behind first place. So Paquito goes into the pits. JP is going to go in as well. ERM Nick, my personal best was 53.6 in the race. Def Sun, yeah, with tuning off is probably track dependent. With tuning on, the Aston is likely the way to go. Can't say I disagree with you. So JP gets out first, ahead of Paquito. There's about a 1.4 second gap. 1.1. Never mind. So let's go into the mind of Paquito here. This seems to be the only battle we have going on at the moment. So I am going to spend a little bit more time between 9th and 10th just to see if anything significant happens. Obviously, if something happens or there's a sudden gap, you know, obviously I will turn my attention away and to the other drivers. So right now, JP, Paquito, they're now about 7/10 away from each other. But Paquito is giving it everything he's got. Let's see, we're now down to about half a second. And JP right now, he is running... Okay, he's starting to gain a little bit of a gap there. Never mind. That Viper's powerful. It has got some top end to it. And acceleration, I should say. Because look at that. He has now dropped the gap down to about 0.4 of a second. So taking a look at the battle here, we're heading into the Nordschleife. Going into the first sector of the Nordschleife, I should say. JP has got a whole lot of Mercedes, right? Or not Mercedes, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the comments. Whole lot of Viper behind him. Paquito, meanwhile, he is just pressuring. He is waiting for JP to make that mistake. And is gonna go to the inside. Gonna try it. Not gonna work. Not gonna work at all. So heading into this very fast section of the track here. I'm sorry, I don't know exact terms for the Nordschleife. Paquito's going to go to the outside. He's going to try and pass JP for 9th place. Is he going to do it? It's a drag race. Heading into the turn here, Paquito gets it done. Great driving by both of them. Great overtake by Paquito. And they're still duking it out. Dodge Lamb saying, I know Paquito and I think he's pretty good. You telling me? I'm watching this dude race and... Oh, JP gets into the wall. And gets a 1.5-second penalty. That just adds insult to injury. So now there is every bit a 9-second gap. Let's make it 10 seconds. Are we going to make it 10 seconds? Looks like it. So there's going to be pretty much a 10-second gap now between Paquito and JP. You hate to see it, though. Hate to see someone wreck like that. And then get a penalty on top. So, now that that battle's done, let's take a look at first place here. You got Tyler Bramble typing F. Everybody, please press F to pay respects. Chompy18 pressing F. Come on, keep the Fs coming. Like I said, you hate to see it. ERN Nico gonna get to the grass there, but saves it. Good work. And is running about a 1.25 seconds ahead of Narcotics' fastest lap. Stuck Crabs for W. Close enough, I guess. Heck, I don't know. Narcotic. Narcotic is starting to gain on Nico just a hair. Just a hair. What happened to the vet? E1, you're gonna have to I'm gonna have to ask you which vet. I've got one here of ONE, and then the other one is what's his name again? I'm sorry, Sokane. Because right now it looks like one bit. He is yet to pit, and he's about 18 seconds back from Philo. He is doing a great job conserving his fuel. You're running about 7 laps. I imagine he's going to have to pit at the end of this lap. And then Sokane is just kind of in a world of his own right now. He's about 43 seconds back from JP. But I'm telling you guys, that's my favorite livery. I love it. Love it, love it. And then ARC Larascal still sitting in a very solid 3rd position. About 3 minutes, 19 seconds back from Narcotic, a minute 22 ahead of Philo. So doing a pretty good job there. And then it looked like Philo's just got a penalty, so he's gonna have to serve that sooner or later. Or rather be sooner than later. I'm sorry. Now the one guy I haven't really talked about that much, by the way, there goes Kubo in the pits, or Kobu. We'll see what he's gonna do here real quick. Obviously, fresh set of tires. How much fuel is he gonna put in? Just a hair, about 61%. But Hayden Clampett, I have not talked about him that much. He is actually he's doing pretty good in that Beamer. Looked like he had just pit about 2 laps ago. Or 3, 2, somewhere around there. And, you know, he's sitting in a very respectable 6th place position. Now he's about 20 seconds ahead of Steven. That gap seems to be opening up some. Okay. So, overall, doing a pretty good job there, holding that BMW together, maintaining that 6th place spot. So while I'm gonna focus on someone here real quick. By the way, AMS Narcotics setting a 755. Flying Kiwi Racing. Cosmic's trying to run the AMS Blue. You know, I knew that color looked familiar. So I'm gonna focus on a driver here. We'll ride on board for a lap. So who's getting ready to cross? So Paquito. AMS Java, good to see you there. Let's take a lap here and see how he does. Or actually, you know what? Let's take a look at ONE Bit. He is doing a pretty good job there of controlling that Corvette, especially with some worn tires. But I think that low fuel is kinda, you know, compensating. Please credit our driver, Narcotic, it's not the car. You know, I mentioned before in the stream there, I've raced with Narcotic many times. He is extremely fast, great guy, knows how to tune cars. He's taught me a few things, so no, I want to give full credit to him. ONE Bit got into the sand there, just took that turn a little too hard. Please credit our driver JP, it's not the car, it's Travago. Actually no, it's not the car, is it the hotel? No, it would be Travago. But ONE right now, look like those tires are starting to get to him a little bit. Like I said, I would imagine he'd have to pit, you know, after this lap. But to everybody watching here, thanks for coming out. Thanks for, 6 hours. Please credit our team. It's not the crappy organization of a 9-hour, 6-hour race. Like I said, I'm the commentator, not the organizer. You know, I would like to know though, what team are you cheering? What team are you rooting for right now? That's just for everybody that's watching at the moment. Yeah, Stuff Crafter, I do agree. That's why I said, look, I'm the commentator, I'm not the organizer. So, and there goes Bit. Yep, into the pits. 11% of fuel. I imagine he's probably gonna take a full tank, knowing him. Obviously, fresh set of tires. To Londe 18 notes how bad the drivers are. Look, I don't endorse any kind of trash talking in the stream. So let's try to keep it civil, folks. Chompy, I take full credit for this not going perfectly. Don't beat yourself up. It's crappy, don't join. Gotta stick to it. It can be seen as an image. Yeah, like I said, I'm just the commentator. Derek saying hi, Pre. They're, like I said, I'm impressed with how they're driving. Avalarian, I agree 100%. Alex saying go high pre. Got a lot of high pre drivers out here. I know we got plenty of AMS drivers. Flying Kiwi Racing. I heard AMS is a great team. I'd like to be a part of theirs. I mean, I'm not mad at the commentator. Cameron, high pre. E1 high pre. Is that how I should say it? Is it high pre or high pre? Ninja high pre. Loki. I'm on stream. O&E Love. Yep, Love Bit. Get some love there from J. Miguel. YDG John saying hi pre. A lot of high pre drivers, or supporters I should say, so that's good to see. Very good to see. Like correct me if I'm wrong, are they a newly formed team? PX7 Rodrigo saying Viva la High Pre. Good stuff. So just gonna check in here. Oh, Narcotic is he's starting to gain on Nico there. Looked like a 3-second gap. No, been here since 1996. Really? Avalarian, I think O-N-E is pronounced exactly like the number one. I know, but I just like saying it that way in case it's for some god unknown reason it's like One, you know, something of that sort. Lifelong high pre fan. But no, I had no idea. So that's pretty cool to see high pre to other leagues in FIA. That's good. Glad to see that kind of stuff. So Narcotics starting to gain a little bit on Nico. I'm wondering if it may be too little too late. But this is Nurburgring that we're talking about. E1 high pre or nothing. AMS Java Golden State, baby. I hear ya. Especially you got the likes of Def Sun, Narcotic, and I forget who the other dude was. you know, manning the Golden State team. So, like I said, great group of people. Alex Sinclair, we love you, Chompy. Chompy's a good dude as well. Good racer. I've talked to him quite a few times. Great guy. He's LM Nismo and Block the leader. You know, I would never know that, Def Son, because I am nowhere near your level. Like, when I raced against you at our last 6-hour event, I consider my 9th place victory and not getting lapped by you a win. So, just throwing that out there. Got a lot of father-son comments going on here. So, oh, the gap seems to be opening up just a little bit there between Nico and Narcotic. Was about 18 seconds. Now it's up to 19. Take a look here, see if we got any kind of battles going on, which we really don't at the moment. Hayden Clampett. All the cool stuff they do, you know, we had Be Last in the Long Boy GTR. Oh boy. Now I know what you're talking about, Def Son, my bad. Yeah, that was that same race where I considered my 9th place not getting lapped by you at victory. So, I was like, I didn't get lapped by a top split World Tour G. But not a lot of battles going on here. The gap between Paquito and JP has now opened up to about 21 seconds. Make ride my grandson. Whew. It's LM and they want we're the best. Only LM. Okay. We're unexperienced at being unexperienced, but experienced at being experienced. Yeah, I'm pretty bad and dirty, to be honest. Really? Hope you don't mean that as an innuendo there, Def Son. Giggity. Enforcement of regulations and penalties experienced at losing, I'm guessing, a back marker. Calling insane runoff. I don't always drink beer. When I do, I prefer watching High Pre. Is this Quagmire's son commentating? Oh, God. Okay, so let's get back to the race here. So, obviously, ERM has just been dominating all race long. Pretty much Nico started and never looked back. Narcotics, same deal. He's still holding 2nd place. ARC Larasco's lost some time to him, though. About 3.5 minutes back from Narcotic. TNR Philo running 4th, still holding it. O&E Bit still running, or I should say one bit running in 5th place. Hayden Clampett running in 6th. CSX Steven, as well as his teammate there, Kobu, 7th and 8th, respectively. Paquito with Team High Pre sitting at 9th. And then JP sitting in 10th with Team 0. And then Sokane is sitting in 11th. And reading the comments here, guys, just try to keep it civil. Let's not try to insinuate any kind of fights. If you have issues, take it up with the league organizers, or the host. So let's take a ride here with ARC or Art Larascal. Let's see what we've got going on. Chompy, to answer your question, I've been pronouncing it as High Pre. That's what I thought. Great job turning up these and being toxic AMS Java. Alright, Nico's going into the pits. He's got about 4% left of fuel. So obviously, getting a new set of tires. Going to be filling up for this, should be his last stint. AMS Narcotic is going to be pitting as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. So Nico's going to be going out with just over half a tank of fuel. And then Narcotic, I'm curious to see where he's going to come out with. He's coming out with just a hair less of fuel. Not going to make too much of a difference, though. Maybe about a second difference between first and second. So he is now 17 seconds back for Nico. And then, let's see, so still a bit of a gap there. I imagine this is probably going to be the last pit stop that they take for the race. We're currently on lap 10 out of 14. And just not a whole lot going on at the moment. There we go. So it looked like we had a bit of lap traffic here. That looks to be JP. So Arc is getting ready to catch JP here and lap him. So let's go to JP here, and let's just take a look, see how well this overtake is done. So we got Larascal here right all over JP. JP's going to yield, allowing Larascal to pass him. So yeah, that is a good move. Good move. Very sportsmanlike of JP to just kind of yield. For self-promoted, I have to post that. Okay. Dodge Lamb, are you talking about the Viper here? Because it does look like it is capable of sub 8-minute laps. I think Paquito's doing a pretty good job there overall, holding a pretty consistent race. I mean, It's consistent for the most part. Kobu, lap times have been all over the place, but let's take a look at our leaders here, see what kind of lap times they've been posting. So, Nico, he's running some consistent laps there. Looked like he had, well no, that was probably from him pitting. But other than that, running sub 8-minute laps for most of the races. Narcotic, he's ran quite a few sub 1 minute or sub 8-minute laps. You know, the rest, he's a little bit rough on, but you know, he's setting the fastest lap right now, so anything's possible. I do remember I did mention if it was too little too late. This is Nurburgring we're talking about. We still got about 4 laps to go before the end of the race, so anything can happen. And then as far as lap times here, Larascal, he's holding some very consistent lap times as well. I mean, very, very low 8-minute laps is what he's posting. Philo, same deal. He just ran a 7:59. So that was his best lap of the race. ONE Bit, running very low 8-minute laps as well. Avalarian, and before dude pulls a clutch, it reduces the 18-second gap. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Very well could happen. Hayden Clampett, still running low 8-minute laps as well. CSX Steven had just recently ran his best, an 8-minute 4-second lap. Kobu's running his best lap was an 8-minute 8-second. If we're talking college football, UC Cincinnati, best way to go. Paquito is a 8-minute 4-second lap. That was his fastest one. I think he can reach, though, sub 8 minutes. JP's running about an 8-minute 11. That was his fastest. And then Sokane, 8-minute 9-second. And then I've seen that comment there, commentators put in the worst position. You know what, bro? No worries. Like I said, I like to keep it neutral. So I want to show all the different cars, drivers, instead of focusing on the top 3 all race. That would get quite boring. But at the same time, it would get quite boring just showing, you know, people more towards the back or people towards the middle all the time. So Nico still is just not wasting any kind of time. Narcotic, though, like I said, I have a feeling he's got something up his sleeve. He's waiting to pull out some tricks. Arc Rascal still kicking it. So while these folks are racing here, just ask everybody, how was y'all's Halloween? Anybody scare any trick-or-treaters? Halloween parties? Socially distant Halloween parties? What stuff? Crapster. you kinky SOB. Oh man. When in doubt, rub one out. I mean, suck it out. Huh. Interesting. Running on board here with Hayden Clampett. I guess I haven't really given much love to this guy here. So we're going to run on board, just see what he does in the GP section of Nurburgring. So I'll be back here in just a sec. Okay, I am back. So, riding along with Hayden Clampett here, heading up into this little jump there. He got just a hair bit of air, just killing it through this sector, doing a really good job keeping the car stable. Chompy, I did see your comment there. I couldn't help but laugh. That's awesome. That is awesome. I actually saw a TikTok. It was some dude. He had his front porch set up like I think it was like the Spanish Inquisition guard for Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And he like knew all the lines of that whole scenario, and he would literally like yeet candy at these kids. It was pretty interesting. Bill Bader, Rodrigo took me trick-or-treating. I got a couple knuckle sandwiches and it wasn't fun. That's great. That is great. Love it. So, let's take a look here. See what the gap is. We're about 17 seconds, so it hasn't really changed much. Now, Nico's got about 3 laps to go before he claims, before he crosses the finish line. I'm not going to sit here and jinx him and say before he wins it. Like I said, this is Nurburgring. Anything can happen. So, excuse me. Let's take a look at these cars. You guys are killing me in these comments. I love it. I freaking love it. So, Rascal goes in for the last time. He was just getting ready to run out of, fuel. So, whew, boy, he cut it close with that stint. Cut it very close. Now, I am going to mention this. Everybody that's watching, there is a link in the description where you could donate to Direct Relief. I believe there is a goal we're trying to set here. And let's see here, Dursbury. Well, I have to finish my shrine to High Pre, but best of luck to the drivers, and thank you, commentator. Appreciate you, ESGT. Thanks for the kind words there, Dursbury. That was nice. So, E1 asking, how is the High Pre car doing? Well, let's take a look here and see. So, ER Paquito running in 9th. He has now got a 42-second gap between himself and JP. He's now a minute and 11 seconds back from CSX Kobu. So, he's in his own little world at the moment, just kind of out in no man's land, which the majority of the people are. I don't see... Well, we got a blue flag here with JP. Let's see who's behind him. Could that be our first place driver? It is not. It is Rascal. TNR Philo goes into the pits, gets some fresh tires, obviously some fuel. But let's ride on board here with Rascal, and we're gonna see how this how he's gonna approach the situation again with JP. So taking a look here, going through these very technical sections of the course here. Philo has a colorful car. That he does. That he does. He's got a very, very nice looking Hyundai. And like I said before, he is with the Mature Racing Club, group based out of Great Britain. That's actually where RWB got started from. We were the stateside division of MRC. So I've raced with those guys before. And good group of people, man. Fast. They're very fast. Had some great battles with them. Help them out with team versus team events. So nice to see them participating in ESGT. Is this where High Pre is racing? Yes. Yep, we're at Nurb 24. So we're looking at ARC Larascal. Get ready to approach JP. See what happens here. I'm riding on board with Larascal this time around. So I'm going to switch views here. Gap between first and second. Let me, I'll get back with you on that, ERM Nick. Larascal just made the move. There's about a 19.5 second gap between Nico and Narcotic there, Nick. So, YDG John asking for a field update. Absolutely, I've got you. By the way, Stuffed Crab, I hope you weren't harassed by Gordon Ramsay with the scallops. So, first place, we got Nico. Second, we got Narcotic, 19 seconds back, but 3 minutes and 51 seconds ahead of Larascal. Larascal is about a minute 20 ahead of TNR Philo. Philo is about 31 seconds ahead of O&E Bit. And then Bit's about a minute 48 ahead of Hayden Clampett. Hayden Clampett is 11 seconds ahead of CSX Stevens. Now, CSX Stevens is 2 minutes 38 seconds ahead of Kobu. Kobu, meanwhile, is about a minute 12 seconds ahead of High Pre's Paquito. Paquito's about 44 seconds ahead of JP. So, JP is about a minute 35 ahead of SoCane. So that is our current field here. Now, first place, he is on lap 12. So he's got about 2 or 3 more laps there before the finish. Credit or driver who is lapped on an 8-minute long trek. Stuffed Crabster, I'd like to know what team you're rooting for there. So, if you got a minute, just let me know. But Narcotic, I will say, obviously, he's doing a great job. I think that little mishap there towards the beginning just kind of messed him up. But, like I say, he's still holding it down in second place, so this is it's a great showing. Now, Philo's got about a 0.4 second penalty there. He's gonna have to serve that pretty soon. High Pre asking, have you donated, everyone? Yeah, you know, the donation link is it's right in the description. So be sure to just go in there, just donate a couple bucks or so. I mean, any amount helps, especially for a great cause, you know, like direct relief. And let's see. Do it to yourself. Don't forget to donate to this great cause. High Pre 10 minutes. We enjoy the view. John, you're fine, but the people around you are not. Okay. let's take a look here. So I'm just looking at one bit, which he's got a nice looking JBL livery. I do like that. Simple, but gets the point across. Yeah, now correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't one sponsored by JBL? I could have swore I seen it's either one driver or someone else that was sponsored by JBL. Alright, so we're officially on lap 12 here of 14. And the gap has opened up, so I must have missed a mistake there on Narcotics' end. It is now at 24 seconds. It looks like we got a bit of high invitations there on our live stream. That's interesting. Let's take a look at Narcotic as he goes through the carousel. This dude is focused. Look, reading the comments here, talking about using one livery all race. Honestly, I think that's how a lot of team events go, especially in ESGT. You want to keep a uniform livery. That way it doesn't cause like a mix-up. Yeah, that's my personal opinion, though. I mean, I've seen people run different liveries for each stint. I normally like to keep a more uniform livery. I may add, like, different touches. You know, like for me, I put a cupcake logo on mine, but for the other cars, I'll put, like, a different logo for other drivers. That's it. But, you know, I think ultimately it is determined by just pace, skill, but at the same time, you want to express your creative side. E1, man, top two are on fire, good speed, yep. They are. Dodge Lamb is when you're having fun. Valerian, which one are you? I am Cupcake and Twilight. So my main account, I'm with RWB, which is Red, White, and Blue Racing. I use Twilight for the SFR series, which I was supposed to have a race tonight. I think it's starting now, but I'm having more fun commentating, watching you guys just go at it in the chat, and watching the racing as well. So, Battle for 6 is on. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, we got a battle starting to brew here. I'm glad you mentioned that there, Peter. Peter Griffin. So we now have a 3-second gap between Hayden and CSX Steven. It's gonna be interesting to see how this is gonna stack up here. Avalarian, no, I was Crimson. I've always had the PSN of Cupcake, and then I figured, well, it's time for a change, so I changed it to He was like Sheikah, which is a Zelda reference. Nobody liked that, so I changed the cribs in. Everybody still called me Cupcake. And I said, screw it, I'm going back to RWB Cupcake. So, yep, that's me. I'm not a bad guy, I swear. But, yeah, this battle's starting to shape up here. This is going to get good. Let's take a look. Now, Hayden Clampet's got less fuel, but I don't think that's going to matter these last 2.5, 3 laps. You know, he's definitely going to have a lighter car, but ultimately, or obviously, it's going to come down to skill. Yeah, I do apologize about the name changes. That was a weird point of time. Just trying to see if I could change my name. I really wanted RWB Twilight because I'm a huge Twilight Princess fan. Like I'm a Zelda fan in general. So it may get changed to that, but I still like Cupcake. So, let's get back to the racing. So, Hayden Clampett, he's starting to open up a gap there. It went from 3 seconds to just over 3.5. So, they're going at it. Now, let's just take a quick look at our leader here. Still holding a 22-second gap over Narcotic. But I'm really curious to see this battle for 6, if it happens. Which, knowing the CSX boys, it very well could. CSX is a very good team, fairly fast. You know, I've raced against them as well, so good team, good group of people. E1, I wish Kazunori loved me. Yeah, well, I think everybody says that. Everybody's been wanting bigger lobbies, and that hasn't happened, so we're loved as rejects. But taking a look here, CSX is starting to close the gap. They're just a hair, but seems to be opening back up again. But CSX is... He is pushing for sure. And, ooh, getting a little bit loose there. Still saved it. Lost a little bit of time there to Hayden Clampett. It's now went to just about 4.5 seconds, maybe 4.25. So that little slide job hurt him, definitely. Does Pix Tech, Pix, what's going on, bud? What is going on? Welcome to my lovely stream. And that gap is starting to close. It went from 4 seconds to 3. So not sure what happened there. Maybe, oh, Hayden just, he's got some speed there. But the gap is definitely closing for sure. Because we're now just at 3 seconds. It was down as low as 2.8. take a look. Still about a 21-second gap there ahead of Narcotic. They're on lap 13. ARC is just about 4 minutes behind Narcotic, about a minute 14 ahead of TNR. TNR is 38 seconds back or ahead of Bit. Bit has just lapped Socane. Are the leaders going into the last lap now? They are getting ready to approach the long straight. They're on lap 13 of 14. So I think the so let's take a look here. And Adrenaline Racing Community, they're getting ready. Okay, so Nico is on the long straight here. AMS going around the other carousel. And oh, Narcotic! Got a little loose there, hit the wall. Oh man, that sucks. Everybody press F to pay respects, if you don't mind, because I hate to see that. I mean, he lost every bit about 4 or 5 seconds for Nico, and that is extremely crucial going into the last lap here. So ERM, Nico is going, he is on the last lap of the race. Narcotic, he's getting ready to approach the line there for the last lap of the race. Now, would anybody, out of curiosity, be opposed to a driver interview? Maybe inviting the top 3 positions and just talking to them, see how the race went. Let me know. E1's saying, just want to say before the last lap, thank you for lending your voices. You did a good job. I appreciate it. You know, it's hard commentating these 2-hour-long stints. Well, nice to see some nice comments on the stream here. This is definitely, this was a good event. I mean, it was great. It's for a great cause. So definitely a lot of fun streaming this, commentating. I enjoyed every minute of it. I know I probably bored a lot of you guys, but you know, I liked it. I haven't streamed in a while, I haven't commentated in a while, so it was nice to get back in that seat. So let's put our focus here on the leader, and we'll see how this goes. EMR is a different team, absolutely. I knew from the start they were here strictly on business. It was a business occasion for them. But you know what? I've given all of the racers credit. I mean, everybody that did all 3 stints, you know, to do such a significant race at a very difficult track and finishing, I mean, it's, you know, it's a great experience. It really is. I don't care if you finish first or you finish last. I think this is just, it's a great opportunity to race in a great league. That's why RWB's in the league as well. You know, either we're racing or we're helping out with streaming. So, yeah, everyone should be proud of themselves for this race. Or for this whole event, I should say. Now, I'm curious to see where the battle for 6th was. Oh, it's starting to close. And, Crapster, I'm all for winning an event. But, I mean, come on, man, it's a charity race more than anything. You know, yeah, there's money involved and whatnot, but as much as I want to win, I really don't put in as much as practice as everyone else. So that's why I looked at it as an experience more than anything, especially if we were going to participate in this event as RWB, which we couldn't. So this gap here is starting to close. We're about 2.5 seconds between 6th and 7th. And is it going to close? That's the one thing I'm wondering. I mean, fuel-wise, oh, CSX in the grass loses that 2.5 second gap. Guys, we need another F. Can you use another F in the chat? Yes, because a charity would watch this. I don't know, man. We ran a Meals on Wheels charity race with RWB, and it actually turned out well. I mean, they actually had the stream set up on their Facebook page for everyone to watch. So, I mean, if they're watching it, great. If not, great. Or if not, oh well. I mean, that's the thing. Alright, so let's take a look here. ERM. Alright, so get ready to head here. We're still about 28 seconds ahead of Narcotic. So first, second, and third, I honestly think it's solidified. TNR Philo just crossed the line there on his final lap. ONE Bit, final lap. Hayden Clampett's going to be on his final lap. He's got about a 4-second gap between himself and Steven. But that gap is closing, and we got a blue flag. Who is that from, I wonder? Could that be from Narcotic? Very well could. Cost us death, son. Yeah, we're at 500 comments for this stream. Wow, I feel famous. Alright, so 2.3 seconds away from Hayden Clampett. But you know what? We need to do this. We cannot forget our first place. So, ERM Nico coming around. Get ready to head to the final straight. Get ready to cross the line. As he comes around, he is swerving. He wins these 6 hours in Nurburgring. Great finish. Great finish. Congratulations, ERM. Narcotic is coming around. He is almost at the final straight. So let's take a look here. Yep, come on. We need to get some neons. So here comes AMS Narcotic doing a great job, finishing in a very strong second place in the 6 hours of Nurburgring. Congratulations. Arc Rascal, or AOC Rascal, he's going to be finishing in third. And it looked like Hayden Clampett just got it done with a 2-second lead over CSX Steven. Great job. So ARC Rascal, he is on the track here. I don't think he's going to have enough time to cross the finish line. TNR Philo is going to end up finishing in 4th. ONE Bit is going to be in 5th. And then we got 6th, which is Hayden Clampett. 7th, which is CSX Steven. 8th is CSX Kobu. 9th is ER Paquito with High Pre. And then JP will finish 10th. About a minute 17 seconds ahead of 11th place, which is Sokane. Why is he stopped? Okay, I'm not sure why he stopped. Weird. But that's going to be your grid. So we'll just let's admire our event winner. So, huge congratulations to ERM, AMS, and ARC for the first, second, and third positions. And yeah, thank you guys for the stream here. I'll just go ahead and give you guys just a little insight on who RWB is, or who we are. We're just a racing team in the U.S. We run events pretty much 6 nights out of the week. We're in ESGT, we're in SFR. We got a Facebook group, public page, YouTube, what you see here. I think we might be streaming some more events for ESGT. So, after this. If you ever want to join, there's a link in Facebook and the public page. So if you're interested, just hit us up for that. I don't care what team you're on or what team you're on. I don't care if you're an A driver, D driver, E driver, just come on in and race. So here is your victor, ERM Nico RD, winning the 6 hours of Nurburgring for the direct relief. So folks, I think that's gonna do it for us. So if you like what you saw here, give us a like. And, give us a like on the video or subscribe to our YouTube. More importantly, though, subscribe to ESGT's YouTube. They hold a lot of events. Hold a lot of streamed events as well by various racers. So be sure to give us a like, and everybody have a great night and stay safe.